me respondió, pero luego oyó una voz que le decía, pero luego oyó una voz que le decía, cuchupa, 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 que me eche la comida en la boquita y después que me la eche que me mueva la guía. Que me eche la comida en la boquita y después que me la eche que me mueva la guía. Ay sí, ay no, miau, 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 miau. Ay sí, ay no, miau, 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 miau.
Yo aprendí pa' que me dieras tu querer, a cantar con alma, vida y corazón. Me aprendí en andaimeño a como es y a bailar aquel solar de Monimbo. Zapateaba al compás de mucho son y hasta me hice querer de doña Inés. Pero yo estaba loco por tu amor y en mis cuentas era mío tu querer. Los recedos florearon y su amor se llevaron y los mayos volvieron sin voz. Y su risa de seda, minga Rosa Pineda, yo no sé qué camino tomó.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joanne Leenan, and I'm a member of the Board of Directors of El Porvenir and the chair of the fundraising committee. I led a work trip to El Porvenir 15 years ago and have been a supporter of this high-impact organization ever since. I'm so happy to welcome you all to the 2025 Virtual Fiesta. I see lots of familiar names and faces and plenty of new ones too. We are absolutely thrilled that you all are here. It's a pleasure to see your faces with your cameras on. If you don't have your camera on and you're able to turn it on, we would certainly love to see you. All the artists in the video just a couple of minutes ago is a member of one of the communities in which we're working, and they wanted to share their talents with all of you. El Porvenir's Virtual Fiesta is a space we created back in 2020 to be able to share with supporters more on the work that's happening in Nicaragua, including for folks that haven't had a chance to visit us for a while. It's a chance for you to get to know our community partners, hear their stories, and also meet some of their staff. Well, our primary goal this evening is to inform and inspire you by telling the stories of the incredible work that El Porvenir is doing in the communities in which we work. I would be neglecting my responsibilities as chair of the fundraising committee if I didn't also invite you to participate in our $250,000 challenge. I wanted to especially express my thanks to one of our attendees this evening who has already committed $15,000 as a donation today. Whether $15 or $15,000, we appreciate your support. And now for the inspiration. In Nicaragua, there is a saying that children and drunk people always tell the truth. Let's hear from a couple of children who are telling their truths. Fabricio and Joan don't know each other. They've never met each other, and they live about 50 miles apart, one in Comalapa, the other in Terrebonne. They have a lot in common. Both kids know what it's like to not have clean drinking water at home, and especially the responsibilities that it brings for the youngest members of the household. Let's hear more about their experiences.
Yo me llamo Joan Yasmir Orozco Manzanares, tengo 9 años, mi comunidad se llama Montaña Grande.
In Montaña Grande, Nicaragua, the lives of children changed with something as simple as water flowing from a tap.
Teníamos que ir allá al pozo, ir a traer agua en pichinga o en balde para bañarnos y beber agua.
Today, thanks to access to clean water, his routine is completely different.
Desayuno, después me baño, me cepillo, y me voy a la escuela. Ahora no hay que ir a traer agua allá el pozo. Doy gracias a este proyecto que nos dieron para que todo se nos haga más fácil.
In a nearby community called El Avispero, a boy walks 7 times a day for water.
Yo me llamo Fabricio Armando Hurtado García. Mi edad, tengo 12 años. El nombre de la comunidad El Avispero.
Each day, Fabricio carries water by hand, in jugs, for half a kilometer.
Yo me levanto a las 6, duro 1 hora para dar 7 viajes. Después de cargar agua, voy al molino.
And that's before he even gets to school. Fabricio's routine isn't just exhausting, it's heavy.
A las 8 en punto tengo que estar en la escuela. Después de la escuela, hacer 5 viajes más y después hago a las vacas. Me siento triste porque no hay agua potable. A veces alegre porque viene el agua. Un día iba caminando el pozo y como hay lana, me rebalé y me cayó la pichiga encima.
But soon, Fabricio's story will change. A new water project, nearly complete, will bring water to the entire community.
Me voy a sentir más alegre, ya no me puede pasar nada y feliz.
With water nearby, Fabricio's life will be lighter. Thank you for making it possible.
We're so excited to have partnered with the community of Terrebonne so that kids like Joanne have water in their homes. And we look forward with your support to doing the same for Fabricio and his family and community. At El Porvenir, we're grateful to have a talented, experienced, and loyal staff in Nicaragua, many of whom have worked with us for a decade or more. Many of them are on the line this evening. I wanted to introduce you to Angel Rivas, water and sanitation promoter in Camuapa. He has been putting his heart and soul into every project every day for the last 21 years.
At first glance, Angel Rivas might seem a bit serious, but the truth is, he has a heart of gold and a warm smile. He's observant, empathetic, and a wise leader who makes work easier. He has built such strong relationships that one of his co-workers considers him a second father. One of Angel's most remarkable traits is his unwavering positivity. No matter how many challenges arise, he relies on his faith and creativity to find solutions and move every project forward. When we asked him off camera which story from his 21 years of experience had impacted him the most and why, he told us the story of a woman known in Camuapa for her alcoholism. To everyone's surprise, she gave up drinking and one day showed up at El Porvenir's office asking for help to get a latrine.
Yo la conocía muy bien. Es una persona muy pintoresca en la ciudad de Camuapa, muy conocida por todos. Podemos jugar un libro por su portada. Entonces, cuando ella nos visitó en la oficina del Porvenir, de alguna manera me emocioné al ver a la señora el gran interés que tenía por desarrollar un proyecto de letrina en su comunidad. Entonces dije, esta es una oportunidad para ver hasta dónde las personas pueden ser un buen líder en su comunidad. Es a la fecha y ella siempre nos visita en la oficina del Porvenir para darnos las gracias y siempre ser muy cordial y muy amable conmigo.
One area he does enjoy talking about is his work. Let's take a look at what he shared with us.
Cada proyecto es un reto diferente porque vamos a una comunidad diferente, caminos diferentes, personas diferentes, con actitudes diferentes.
Thanks to the dedication of people like Angel and the support of many generous hands, El Porvenir continues to bring dignity, clean water, and hope.
También agradecerle a los donantes que gracias a la generosidad que ellos tienen hacia nuestra Nicaragua, hacia nuestras comunidades, es posible llevar a cabo todos estos proyectos.
Angel is one of many faces that have helped make El Porvenir a stronger, more compassionate, and more resilient organization. His story is part of the lasting impact each project leaves in the lives of the communities.
On my last visit to Nicaragua, I had the pleasure of meeting Angel and watching him interact with community members. The trust they had in him as a partner and leader was just immediately apparent. We are so fortunate to have him and so many other talented people on our Nicaragua staff.
All donations received during the Fiesta will be matched by generous donors as part of the $250,000 challenge. You can make your donation online at elporvenir.org/donate.
Thanks again to all of you, the many of you that are already generous supporters of El Porvenir. How proud would you feel knowing that with your own hands you've planted more than 4,000 trees? For Byron Orozco, a farmer from Waslala, this is just the beginning. At El Porvenir, we're proud of the work that our watershed program carries out every day. Byron's story, that you'll see in just a minute, is just one example.
In a quiet corner of Waslala, Byron Orozco is planting more than trees. He's planting hope. Once unsure about reforestation, he now walks his land with care, tending each seedling like it matters, because to him, it does. With El Porvenir by his side, Byron is proving that real change grows from love, for the land and for the future.
Estoy muy agradecido con el proyecto El Porvenir, porque a través de ellos, a través de los trabajos que ellos realizaban, se me dio la idea de reforestar. Al inicio pues empecé con un poquito hace aproximadamente 2 años, porque la tierra que tenía tal vez era poca, ¿verdad? Entonces cercamos el terreno como un cuarto para sembrar, ¿verdad? Las plantas aproximadamente hace 7 meses. Tenemos 217 árboles en este puntito aquí. Entonces la idea es que en unos 5 años tengamos agua acá en el punto de la reforestación.
Caring for the land can also be profitable, and Byron proves it with every harvest.
He aprendido a abonarlo, como le decimos nosotros, para que tenga mejor desarrollo, tiene mejor floraje y muy lindo, la verdad. Si usted ve, estos cacaos son cacaos jóvenes que yo los he sembrado con mis propias manos. Por lo menos este año que estuvo caro el cacao de acá mismo, con el mismo cacao nosotros hacemos los frijoles. Entonces después el dinero del frijol se ayuda a uno. Entonces si no tuviéramos el cacao, todo el frijol que se hace no se podría hacer. Porque para pagar mozo, para comprar abono, etcétera, ¿verdad? Para eso nos ha servido mucho el cacao. Entonces claro que es un ingreso bastante bueno.
This time, the yield was strong, around 50 quintals. That's nearly 300,000 córdobas. Undoubtedly, a meaningful support for him and his family.
El proyecto que yo me he propuesto en mi mente pues es eso, de que yo cada año yo voy a sembrar al mínimo de unos 50 árboles, ya sea cacao, lo que sea, pues ahorita estamos con el proyecto que vamos a sembrar aproximadamente 3 manzanas de cacao, casi o 2, un poquito más, que igual pues me están ayudando y también voy a seguir con las plantas, voy a sembrar como unas 300 plantas. Muy agradecido, claro que estamos muy agradecidos porque nos han apoyado en las cosas que necesitamos y también nos han enseñado a cultivar.
Because a tree planted with love doesn't just give shade, it brings hope. Thanks to Byron and to those who make these projects possible.
As you saw in the video, working with El Porvenir was transformational for Byron, with lasting impact on income for him and his family, while also having a positive impact on the watershed and broader environment. Entering new communities requires a multi-year commitment, given the high targets that we set for ourselves for providing access to clean water and sanitation for rural families. We're proud to share that we've achieved our goals in Tarragona and will wrap up our work there in early 2026. Let's look at what El Porvenir and the community of Tarragona have accomplished.
For 2 decades, El Porvenir and the communities of Tarragona walked together toward a shared dream: clean water, health, and well-being for all families.
El mayor impacto que nosotros hemos tenido acá en el municipio es que hemos llevado agua limpia a cada uno de los hogares donde nosotros hemos entrado con los proyectos.
Antes del proyecto de agua aquí, por ejemplo, fíjate que teníamos que ir a traer anteriormente a unos charquitos, ahí agarrar unos pocitos que cobaba uno así. Más después íbamos a traer allá allá largo, lo tocaba ir a traer en balde. Estamos felices porque la tenemos ya en la casa. Solo es abrir la llave, tenemos agua.
This progress meant freedom of time and dignity, especially for women and girls.
Que mi casa es larguito de aquí y que sufrí sin agua, no tenía agua, en vez de acarreamos el agua y ahora que tenemos el agua pues es una bendición de Dios. Sí, como 5 o 6 horas y a ir a traer bestia a los potreros, a venir hasta acá y ahora tenemos la agüita en la cocina y gracias al Señor y a los donantes.
Al inicio acá en Terrabona era con proyectos de rehabilitación de pozos, estaciones de lavamanos, hacíamos baños y lavanderos en las comunidades, hacíamos letrina de una fosa. Hoy en día contamos con sistemas de agua MAVE, que son sistemas de agua por bombeo eléctrico, MAX, que son sistemas de agua por gravedad. También tenemos lo que son las letrinas, ya no las utilizamos de una fosa, sino que son letrinas doble fosa.
Y ahí como fuera, ahí teníamos que ingeniarlas con lonas, como le iba diciendo, con carpa, pero y de ahí con este proyecto que vino a favorecerlos a nosotras, la familia, ya tranquilamente es una mejor situación para nuestro hogar, para los niños, para toda la familia, pues le estamos dando un buen uso, ya nadie va a ir a buscar al aire libre o a buscar para otro lado y le estamos echando si no le echamos cal, le echamos un poquito de ceniza ahí para que vaya consumiéndose eso, porque los han orientado esa manera de actuar.
Estos 20 años han significado desarrollo sostenible, integral y empoderamiento comunitario para las comunidades más pobres del municipio, porque hemos tocado elementos tan importantes como es tener agua de calidad, tener saneamiento, y hemos fortalecido a las comunidades en la parte técnica, en la parte metodológica, a través de las capacitaciones que hemos impartido.
Bueno, mi objetivo principal es tener para el consumo de la casa lo que son frutales, lo que es limón, naranja, lo que es la mandarina y todo lo que se es necesario para el consumo de la casa. Y también con el objetivo de que si producen, también comercializarlo, porque ya son bastantitos árboles y tenemos la fe que vamos a producir para vender también. Bueno, yo he plantado como unos 500 árboles.
Agradecerle a las comunidades por el recibimiento, por el amor, por el cariño que mostraron con nosotros, por la empatía. De igual forma a las escuelas, a los docentes, a los niños que nos recibieron, que pudimos trabajar con este grupo de personas. A la vez a los donantes, que sin ellos difícilmente todo lo que se logró en el municipio se hubiese podido lograr.
Today, Terrabona stands as a living example of community transformation, water, health, equity, and hope. The legacy continues thanks to its people.
Wrapping up our work in Terrabona is truly bittersweet. We're excited and proud about having accomplished the mission we set out to do. At the same time, our staff will miss the deep relationships that they have built with leaders and families in the community over the last 19 years. I'm sure the staff is feeling nostalgic about Terrabona. I could get super nostalgic here as we pivot and talk about work trips. Rather than me waxing poetically about the great reasons to join an El Porvenir work trip, I thought you could hear some firsthand testimony from some recent participants.
When I worked with El Porvenir this summer, I got to experience things I never thought that I would. With El Porvenir, I went to El Sauce. There, I helped to build fuel-efficient stoves with chimneys to help with smoke-related health issues. Alongside that, we also planted fruit trees to help with reforestation. I got to learn about Nicaraguan culture and make new personal connections. Not only was this trip full of fun activities and overall just a blast, but I made a positive impact for others. Through service and collaboration, we made changes for the better. And you can too with El Porvenir.
If this video has inspired you to learn more about a work trip to Nicaragua, please drop a note in the chat to Enrique Centeno. He and the rest of the team would love to welcome you to Nicaragua. The water projects that we develop are complex because each community is different. A year ago, we met Maria, a leader in Las Torres, a community in Waslala. She was committed to bringing safe water to the community and was the inspiration behind the animated video we're about to show you that shares more about community water systems.
This is Maria. She lives in Las Torres, a rural community in Waslala, Nicaragua. The community is home to 183 families, and they don't have access to tap water. Everyone relies on small springs. Some families connect pipes in a makeshift sort of water system. During the dry season, the water looks clean, but during the rainy season, it is muddy. To address this, the community organized and formed a portable water and sanitation committee. First, Maria and her neighbors asked for her support. We visited her community to check for a water source and figure out which type of water system would be the best fit. Electric pump water system, solar pump water system, or spring capture gravity flow water system. In Las Torres, it was confirmed that a spring capture gravity flow water system is best. The community secured the necessary legal permits and supported El Porvenir to conduct tests to confirm that the spring has enough water and that the water is fit for drinking. Then, they contained the spring and installed water filters. Next, an El Porvenir engineer surveys the area and creates the water system design. The community participates in deciding where the pipes will be installed and how the construction will be carried out. Maria and her neighbors coordinate the community work schedule. Everyone participates. Their labor and purchasing of project materials is 10 to 20% of the project cost. They also support the mason and project supervisor. Once the pipes and water meters are installed, the Portable Water and Sanitation Committee is responsible for collecting fees for water usage at each home, employing a water system operator, appointing someone to ensure the water is chlorinated. Now, Maria is very happy. She knows that her family's and her community's health will no longer be at risk. Additionally, they will no longer have to drink muddy water during the rainy season, and women and children will no longer have to walk long distances to fetch water.
They say that you should save the best for last. So we're closing out the video series for the virtual Fiesta tonight by honoring our founder, Carol Harper. Carol moved from the US to immerse herself in the heart of rural Nicaragua in the 1980s, ultimately changing the lives of thousands, especially women. Carol often said, "My dream is to never again see a woman walking and carrying water."
Carol Harper was born in Mobile, Alabama, in 1942, where racism shaped her earliest memories and fueled her passion for justice. She became a lawyer, fighting poverty and supporting farm workers in California. But her life changed when she joined Habitat for Humanity and came to Nicaragua during the revolution. She began building homes with Habitat for Humanity, but quickly realized clean water and sanitation were the foundation of true well-being. In 1989, she founded El Porvenir, born from her belief that no woman should carry water on her head and no child should go without safe drinking water. Under Carol's leadership, rural communities built their own wells, latrines, and wash stations. Her motto was clear: listen to the people and walk beside them. What began with Carol Harper in Las Calabazas has grown into a national movement, now reaching over 300,000 people across Nicaragua. Carol continues to be a part of this incredible story. Today, her legacy lives in every drop of clean water, every tree planted, and every Nicaraguan family thriving with dignity. Carol Harper, visionary, founder, compañera.
We're happy that Carol remains involved with El Porvenir, and we remain committed to making her dream a reality. Clean water truly has a ripple effect through communities and families and changes lives.
All donations received during the Fiesta will be matched by generous donors as part of the $250,000 challenge. You can make your donation online at elporvenir.org/donate.